Awesome, Kevin. Really awesome to see that you had a great day. I think we're going to have another great day tomorrow based off of these levels that we are watching. So I'm watching SPY price action analysis. I'm watching SPY support at 553.19 and resistance at 556.11. We held the rising support trend line here for intraday support. We sold off at the opening session midday. Retested this level at 554.30, which is just the prior breakout, turned that level into support, and then retested the prior drop-based drop zone, eating up the supply. And then we came back down for another retest, collecting all of the liquidity, creating some nice demand reaction as we can see here and as we can see here. And that led to the rise back up where we closed the session right in the middle of this resistance at 556.11, which we will be watching heading into tomorrow's trading session, and then support at 553.19. So draw these two levels on your chart for SPY, for support at 553.22, resistance at 556.11. And the way that we will be trading tomorrow is if we notice that bulls have the momentum and we open the session above 555.27 and we hold above this resistance level, then we are going to anticipate heading towards 556.11 to further establish resistance at the origin here, at the origin of 556.11 creation, retesting that resistance level, establishing it, absorbing some of the sell orders, and then if anything, come back down, retest the 555.27, and as long as we hold this level, we can go for another retest at that resistance. But let's say that heading into tomorrow's trading session, if we go for a test at that resistance level at 556.11, and then we further establish that resistance and then show a lot of weakness with a big bearish supply candle, and we clearly see that the sentiment is weak, heading into Powell's speech in front of Congress, Powell testifying, then we would anticipate this level of support turning into resistance again, where we break down and then break down below 554 again to go for a retest at this big support at 553.25. So to keep things simplified and just summarize, I'm targeting pretty much whatever price action does, right? I'm not here to try and predict what price action does. Whatever price action does, we are going to trade it. So if we open up at, let's say, 555.27 and we are holding and we print, let's say, an engulfing candle at the opening session, then perhaps I take a bullish trade towards this level of resistance to establish further resistance at 556.11. But then let's say that the market opens up with a gap up, right? And we open up at 556.11 and then create a big bearish supply candle, then that would mean we would be retesting resistance, and I would be looking for any weakness within that given day so that I can target this level of resistance at 555.27, and then even a big fake out operation to further establish support at 553.22. So it would only be fair for bulls to also establish support. Now, I know that we can further hold support at this bullish ascending formation, and honest to God, team, I really believe that there's going to be a great chance where bulls can potentially hold this bullish ascending formation tomorrow, holding around this level of 555 and then breaking out above 556.11 and heading towards 561. It is a good possibility for us to head towards 561, and the reason why we can see 561 on the S&P 500 this week is because the 561 is the Fibonacci, is the 161% Fibonacci extension for its price action on the daily time frame from the lows to the highs. So that would be a firm target where we can anticipate a lot of selling and a market correction to possibly come. So for now, we do have the fuel as we saw today. Tech is really showing that They're very strong. We can see Apple led the day, and we can see it's just absolutely mind-boggling. So if they do print any massive capitulation candles where bears capitulate and basically start a short covering operation, this can get very, very squeezy. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but this is what it looks like. Heading into Microsoft, another big tech, same thing. It's very, very overbought, obviously, but and it closed the session red. But if we look at other tech stocks led the market really outweighing pretty much outbalancing or balancing out the market, the Microsoft weakness. We can see AMD did really well, AVGO did really well, up to 2.5%. We can see Microsoft 22%, Nvidia's 20%, Apple is 4%, AVGO is 4%, AMD is 2%. So you had all of the other tech that was balancing out the Microsoft weakness and advancing the tech sector, QQQ, as well as Nasdaq. So we got some trades, some great trades in on the intraday for QQQ. The momentum was really great. We were in this widening formation, and bulls held really well. As my strategy goes, if you are watching, let's say, an uptrending market, right, and we see these reactions, a bullish hammer formation, a bullish hammer reversal, and then we regain the 20 EMA line, that would instantly tell me that we are heading towards a resistance level, a retest at the resistance level of this broadening wedge or widening formation. And yeah, we got a retest, and then we went back down for another one, and then came back up, further established, confirmed this retest. And heading into tomorrow's trading session, we have this room to digest further price action. However, once we break 497.50, we can take a bullish trade on QQQ momentum to take advantage of this overwhelming tech momentum in the market. So that's what I will be looking for heading into tomorrow. If market continues to show strength on the tech side, then I will continue to trade QQQ above this resistance level at 497.43, and my target is going to be the 500 target. The 500 target is going to be my resistance for QQQ. Now for SPY, heading back into the SPY analysis team, just to briefly analyze this again really fast, looking at the smaller time frame here, we're looking at the shorter time frame, and we have a potential bullish ascending formation. So let's take a look at what a bullish ascending formation looks like. Give me one moment, please, team. It'll be worth taking a look at the bullish ascending formation, so you guys have an idea of what this illustration looks like and what can be expected. So the bullish ascending formation, as you can tell from its name, is a bullish pattern. And what happens is you have a clear resistance floor right here, and you have a rising trend line. The rising trend line shows that buyers are getting more and more aggressive, and they're creating higher lows, meaning each of the lows is higher than the prior low because of the rising demand. So rising demand again, and then eventually, because the demand continues to rise, the more we retest the resistance level, the more absorption we get off of that supply. And once we have eaten off all of the orders, the sell orders there, we break out, and that's what can happen heading into the rest of this week. So if bulls come back up to 556, retest further established resistance there at 556, and then we see that they're holding the 555.10 area, holding this bullish ascending formation, this rising support, then we will know that the momentum is so strong that it's not going to wait to go down to the 553.20 or the 550 support, and that it's just going to break out. But then if we are weak, right, if we head into tomorrow's trading session as well as Wednesday's trading session, and we see that we are clearly weak and we are unable to pierce through 556.07 after two tests. Remember, not one test, okay? You need two tests. If they reject it after two tests and they break this rising support trend line, If they break that, then you will know for confidence that they want to get more liquidity. That means the market is just too overbought and needs to collect the liquidity, come back up, and then break that resistance. So in this case, our first support target is going to be 553.20, and this is where we anticipate big rebound. Now, any rebound that is followed from here, if it is followed with more rejection and more weakness, then we will short that with the anticipation that this time we will break the 553 support and head down to 550, retest the much bigger support level. It's actually resistance now, turning it into support level in a smart money demand zone, and then going back up and breaking the 556 and pretty much resuming the uptrend. So it's really a matter of perspective. If you are going to be patient, you can look for these support levels here in particular to trade. And if you are going to be aggressive, then you can look for this particular rising support trend line to be held with this breakout as an aggressive trader to trade off of the breakout and benefit from the melt up operation towards the 560 and 561 area on the S&P 500. Do keep in mind, team, we have Powell, we have the Fed Chair Powell testifying ahead of Congress tomorrow and on Wednesday, and then we have the CPI data, core CPI data on Thursday, and then not only do we have the PPI data, which is what the Fed looks at for their action on rate cuts and pretty much rate increases, rate decision. We also have the banking earnings, the banking stocks, the big banks reporting earnings like WFC and Citibanks that are going to also affect the markets. So a lot of data to absorb this week. And if the market continues to, let's say, hold these levels that we discussed anywhere above 550, that's an opportunity for the bulls to step in and further take the markets higher by buying the dips. So these are the levels that I'm watching for heading into tomorrow's trading session. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And if you have been buying AMD like we have been mentioning, you're doing amazing. Honestly, it's been nothing but rocket move every day ever since that big demand candle that we discussed. So congratulations to those that banked off of AMD, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day, and let's have a great day tomorrow, traders. Take care.